Hello and welcome all to Monday Nights with Mohit Kamath on the episode number 36. It's 36 episodes, my dear friends and my dear viewers. Such a long way, right? Absolutely wrong way. Ah, I have a very poor network, let me tell you. I hope I'm audible. Can someone give me a thumbs up or a note or a sign that you can hear me properly? And today it's all about BWF World Championships 2022. Did you know that World Championships earlier used to be conducted from for 2 years once? That was the format, and it changed very recently. And we can see that every year we have the world number one, world's best player in that particular tournament. So now these are two different things. World champion is different, world number one is different. World champion is the person or the player or the players who become champion in that official world championships, just like how you can see down now this side. How do you see that? Okay, yeah, down. Wait. Okay, here, BWF World Championships 2022, right? So there, in that particular tournament, if you win the tournament, you become world champion. And if your ranking is the best amongst all other people in the world, then you become world number one. Recently, there was one player from India in men's singles who has become world number one. Please name that. Let me see who can answer that. And today will be a lot of today we'll have a lot of interaction. Okay, I'll ask a lot of questions. Let me see if you can answer this. So there is a sun behind me. Okay, so this is something I saw. I'm actually copying in YouTube, and I was a very good copycat. I can copy almost anybody. I can imitate. I can do mimicries and all. And even during the school days, I have copied. You remember that. We sit on our individual desks. That's bad. Don't follow this advice. I don't want to get sued, or I don't want to get cases on me. So there was this amazing student. She was a female student, and I think her name was I don't remember that. So she was always the first, second, and third rank student, and she was sometimes kind enough, depending on her mood. She was very very kind enough sometimes to show me the answer, and I used to copy that, and I was very good at it. I am proudly telling you that children who are below 18-year olds, please don't do this. That's bad. So Rajesh Reddy has given me a like on Facebook. Absolutely, thank you, Rajesh Reddy sir, and he's, by the way, General Secretary of Karnataka Badminton Association. Is doing wonderful job. And we have our first comment of the show today on the 36th episode. Tilak Shetty. Hello, Tilak Shetty. By the way, you must be remembering Tilak. We have Chirag Shetty in the World Games. We have Ayush Shetty in the National Games. And now we have Tilak Shetty in the state level games. I hope you keep climbing. One day I want you to see in the national and international levels. We have Amit Gowda here. Hi, Amit. How are you doing? It has been raining cats and dogs. Heavily it is raining for the past 2-3 days. At least near our house, it's just crazy. So by the way, did you like this concept? Something behind me. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up or comment on that. I'm trying to build a different kind of a studio. It is costing me a lot. Everything needs money. So Tilak Shetty, yes, for sure. Yes, ನಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸದಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಸದಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. It's all upon you now to decide whether you want to do it or no. Okay. So yes, it's World Championships. Thank you for that. Um, so these World Championships are typically what do you call it? A wonderful tournament comes once in a year, and this is something where all the players, the top 64 or 64 players vie for that one particular spot where you will become a champion, and it happens almost similar like how you win in bigger events like world champion sorry, Commonwealth Games or Olympic Games. So there you have your flag hoisted upon every other flag, so that's the proudest moment. But this is something, I would say, world championships is one of the most renowned tournament of any sport. It's like, the whole world, the best amongst the whole world from different parts of the country come and participate to become that champion, and that's my try. So we will, this is something very unique tournaments. Every tournament, every sport has this world championships. Thank you, Amit. It's cool. Yeah. By the way, it's hot. It's not cool. I can feel the heat of it. Sarvesh Pandey. Hello, Sarvesh. You're the most active, interactive and active guy on our show. Please do that. Someday I will gift you a very nice, what do you call that? I'm not getting that words. So I'll gift you something someday. So thanks for being so proactively active and interactive. Okay, so this world championship, there is a small disadvantage for us that Sindhu, PV Sindhu, one of the world champion in women's singles in 2019, is not playing. We lost a medal. I think we lost a medal hope, but yes, there are other players who are covering it up. Soon we will go with that. So those who are new here, so welcome to the Monday Night Show. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe my channel. That's kind of a motivation. It hardly takes you 1 or 2 seconds, and maybe you should share with your friends to come on the show and get knowledge and get all sort of stuff here in our show. So please go and do that. Also, please keep. I'm going to start smart badminton analysis. I recently did on Instagram. The only challenge for me is time. Very limited time, and I have priorities in my life which I have to take care. There are people dependent on me. My whole team is a fantastic team I have in my academy who contribute selflessly to the ecosystem, and I am very responsible for that too. So saying that, I have very limited time to get back on phones and editing, and there are two people who help me in editing and writing the stuff. So thank you. Thank you, Manoj, and one more guy. He doesn't want to come forward. So they help me in content, and they help me in digital marketing, and also that really helps me a lot. So this show is about your prediction of who will be the world champion. Who will be the world champions? If it is doubles, mixed doubles, and women's doubles, who will be those guys who will become champions? So let's predict that. We have a couple of questions. So Meghna Sriram, hello, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Hopes for gold for Lakshya Sen and our doubles pair. Yes. So you see Lakshya Sen is right now in a very good form, and I think he's at the best peak of his badminton career. He recently played the first round. I'll go through that. He played first round with Vittingus, so he's kind of a good player. Vittingus was a top 10 player before, I think top 15 or top 20 player, and sorry. So he has won many matches. He has done a lot of upsets of top world five in his previous matches, and he was so quite comfortable beating him. And it's definitely not easy to beat such kind of a player. If you have to beat such kind of a player, you really need to be in that equilibrium of physiology and equilibrium of psychology, your mood, your nutrition. Everything has to be in the perfect, in the highest sense. And I think he has reached to that particular stage of nirvana, I would say, as a sportsman. So that's why if you see his wittiness on court, his strategies, his techniques, his choice of decisions at the making it at the right time at the right place. Whoa, I would say fantastic. So Sarvesh Pandey, sir, what's your prediction in men's singles? My prediction: gold is Victor, silver is Lakshya. No, Sarvesh, I really hate you for that. I don't want to give that gold to anybody else rather than for Indians. Lakshya Sen, Kidambi Shrikant, HS Pranoy is my bet on gold. And all of them deserve to be the champion because all of them have been into the equal and equal peak. That's something mine. So, but I respect that. Yeah, bronze is LKY. uh, Low keen. Yeah, yeah. So bronze is Christie. Christie is okay. Yeah, Indonesian player Christie. He's also in good form. But to win big matches during quarterfinals and semifinals, as a player, as a sportsman myself, and I have played at kind of a higher level. So you need that. Um, you need that. What do you call it? English words. So you need that proper maintenance of your rhythm, your psychology, your body movement, the fluidity on court, and the flow in which you will make those decisions, those critical decisions at especially in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals match will be quite little different than you play the first round, second round, and third round, because the major element where you have to deal is with pressure at the start of the game, pressure of handling, maybe sometimes maintaining the lead, maybe sometimes if you're trailing and catching up with your opponent, putting that pressure back. I think Lakshya Sen has a great advantage on that. Don't you think so? Because we saw it after the last World Championships in Indian Open. The way Lakshya Sen was trying and giving back the pressure, especially during the 11 to 17 points, was flawless. I think he was able to think like a grandfather. I was when I was watching that match when he played against Lokinu in finals of Indian Open, I felt that a grandfather entered his body and kind of an atma, and he was trying to give that pressure psychologically. He was trying to put that pressure back, and that's something I'm very keen to find out on my next smart badminton YouTube videos, where I could show you guys that how tactically he wins those points and those key moments. It's like there is a let's say you're on a boat with Lakshya Sen, and there is a tsunami coming forward, and only one person can stay on that boat. You will have to make sure that you either you will have to survive or you simply die. And Lakshya Sen gives you, for me, Lakshya Sen gives you that moment that he will always give you that hope to come and try for it, but that it is little far and little beyond your hands, little beyond your capacity, that even if you could try, it will not happen. But still, Lakshya Sen keeps you giving that hope that yes, please come on, try that. Now, that is something very, very good. I would say the quality of Lakshya Sen. He will engage you to, come and force yourself on that particular point and force yourself to take that risks during that phase of 14 and 15, and he really puts you under pressure. And amazing. That's something great quality. I would say he has that ability to become a legend in next 5 to 7 years. We really wish so. Okay, Sarvesh, my prediction for women's singles gold is TTY. Yes, Taizu Ing. Silver, Marine. Marine was out of action for a long, long time, but I would give that benefit of doubt. Bronze, Chen Yufi. Bronze, uh, WZY. I missed that. So Tilak, Lakshya Sen has the ability to beat Axelsen and bring gold for our country, and best chance for that Shetty Reddy pair. Hmm. Are you saying that you are also one of the Shettys, so that's why you're supporting the Shettys to come and win the gold? Hmm. Okay. So yeah, I would say that Lakshya Sen has the ability, but the initial phase of the game, the first 7 to 8 points or first 11 points, the way Axelsen plays, the way Axelsen attacks, he will have to break that. If he is able to penetrate that attack, yes, I think we have a chance. We do have a chance. Sir, I also want Lakshya to win gold, but Victor is unbeatable right now. Kind of, yeah, it looks on paper that even on the form right now, right? So he looks. So quickly we will get in the draw. Yes, Tilak, he has to have a lot of awareness on code. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. My computer is acting weird. I don't know, my computer is very slow. I'm very fast and computer is very slow. Okay, there we go. There you go. Okay, I cannot come there. Um, okay, I'll try this. Yes, I hope it is very, very clearly visible to you guys. I'm very excited to go there now. Okay, so let's dive in now. This is men's singles round one. If you see, Victor Axelsen beat Darren Liu. It was quite comfortable, and then let's go to the Indian side. And one thing you should see, Anthony Sinisuka Ginting. He played three setter with Igor Coelho. He's a South African player. I think he's practicing in Europe right now. I think Raf would know that. He beat the first game to Anthony Sinisuka Ginting. That was a wake up call. That was a nice improvement. So now we have Sai Praneeth who lost to Chao Ten Chen. Remember last time, I think in one of the episode I said Chao Ten Chai. So the last word I would say Chao Ten. Okay. So he played a fantastic game. 21-15 is not bad at all. Okay, then we have Indians. It's a 128 draw. So Kidambi Srikanth played a nice close match, 22-20, 21-19 against Nahat Nguyen. Very hard to pronounce, right? Lee Zizia. He beat Breeze. Quite comfortable. Lakshya Sen. He beat Vitingus very, very quite comfortably, 21-12, 21-11. Pranoy HS, he beat Luka Vraber 21-12 and 21-11. I think that was quite comfortable. He's playing, no, I think Pranoy is playing Kento Momoto. This is a wonderful match. One match, now I think Pranoy has to really work on. But the next match, it's a draw of 64. Don't forget that. This is a draw of 64. Um, the next round will be Lakshya Sen and HS Prannoy. We will lose one Indian. And no, Kirambi Srikanth and Junpeng Zhao is in the same quarter. Oh, I think only one Indian can come to the finals. That's a sad one. Okay. Let's go to the draw of women's singles. We don't have PV Sindhu Madam. సింధు మేడం రాలేదు ఇంకా ఎందుకు వాళ్ళు ఇంజురీ అయిపోయి సాడ్గా ఉంది. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్, యూ నీడ్ టు రియలీ ప్లాన్ యువర్ స్టఫ్. పుసర్లా, ఓకే, పుసర్లా వి సింధు. ఐ వాస్ షాక్డ్ హర్ నేమ్ ఇస్ దేర్, బట్ షీ ఈస్ నాట్ కమింగ్. మాల్వికా బన్సోడ్ లాస్ట్ టు లీన్ క్రిస్టోఫర్సన్. Malvika Bansod is a fantastic player. She's a left-handed player. I think she can keep the shuttles in. She has wonderful strokes. She lacks a little bit of speed, but yes, there is a lot of time to develop. She can do that. Saina Nehwal, she's not played yet. I think 23. Tomorrow is a match. We wish her all the best. Taizu Ing is the second seeded player. Let's go to men's doubles. Shetties will love this. Atri and Manu Reddy, they lost a long match. I think they played really well with the Japanese players. MR Arjun, wow, they beat Thailand players. Third game 22-20. I really love when I was a player, I really loved the situation of 18 all, 19 all and 20 all, because the whole game you have worked very, very hard for the first 18 points, and then it's just 3 points you need to give it all. And that is the time I think it's wonderful space on the whole planet, on the whole universe, as a sportsman for me, because that is the time where you really test yourself. It really reveals what kind of a person you are. If you're a fuddu, which means if you're a coward, at that particular time, if you mess up, I think your identity is somewhere, you are not ready to take challenges. But as soon as, okay, hold on. So there is something which I would like to tell later, because everybody is not, fuddu or, scared of those situations. You can practice and practice and practice, and you can overcome that. But sports has some kind of magic that certain situations will reveal who actually you are from inside. Whether you can give that discipline or no. That's the beauty of sports. Shetty's, yes, Shetty's has a bye. Ranki Reddy and Shetty has a bye. So Krishna Prasad, they are playing tomorrow. Let's go to women's doubles. You can keep commenting, okay? So I can keep saying that. So Sarvesh, only one Indian can play QF, not finals. Absolutely. So one Indian can play quarterfinals or maybe come to the finals. So it will be a battle between Srikanth, Lakshya Sen, and Pranoy. That's a sad one. So Tilak, yes, always bad luck for. No, I wouldn't say bad luck. That's something which has come. Bad luck for India in the draws. They meet each other before even the semifinals. Yeah, sometimes it happens. So my prediction for men's doubles, gold minions. Minions, I would like to check that. I would like to bet against that. Silver, Aaron and Saw. Bronze, Satvik Chirag. Bronze, Astrup Rasmussen. I think we have another Indonesian. I think we have two good Indonesian youngsters who are really doing well. I think they won the Indonesian Opens already. So I would really want to bet on them. Let's see who are they. This fifth seeded Fajar Alfian Muhammad Rian Ardianto. I would really like to bet on them. And even not the daddies, Muhammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan. See, these people are all experienced, right? So they know exactly what kind of turn to take up. They'll always be ahead of the curve, ahead of people's decision making. That's what experience teaches you, and nothing can beat that experience. Govishem also are there. I hope they really have a good result before they retire, because they have been there from very long time. And these are the players, Mohammad Shohibul Fikri and Bagas Maulana. I think these two players are the ones which I'm really betting on. Let me see who wins, Sarvesh, me or you. So Ashwini Ponappa and Siki Reddy. So they beat Bangladeshians very quite easily. Pooja Dandu, Sanjana Santosh, they played a long match against, I don't know the country's flag. I think Japanese are the ones who are good in this tournament. Okay. Okay, let's go for the last one and then we'll have good conversations on this. Mixed. Mixed doubles. It's not mixed. Oh, no Indians? Okay, we have Devangan and Venkat Gaurav Prasad. Very good friend of mine. Okay, they're the only ones. No. Oh, yeah, they're the only ones in mixed doubles. Very, very strange. By the way, this is a qualification. Not everybody can play. Okay. Ishan Bhatnagar and Tanisha Crash. So that's a good upcoming ones. They are fantastic. Okay. Yeah, Sarvesh. Good point. I didn't predict your men's singles medalist. So I would there are three predictions based on my analytics for the last 4-5 tournaments. I've done a small prediction, but that would take another 15 minutes. I would not go deep into it. Number one prediction for me is Lee Zizia, because he is hungry. He is really hungry to win that world championships. I think, and he has not won recently any matches. I think if he if he is able to unlock his beast inside, and I think he should and he will in this tournament, and he will be my first prediction. Second prediction would be our very own Lakshya Sen, as I think Kirambi Srikanth would also be tough to win for him. And if he wins that, let me see the draw. Give me your predictions. I think Tilak and Meghna Sriram, all of you, you can give me your predictions. Um, I think another person would be Chao Tin Chen. Okay, Chao Tin Chen, because he has also not won big tournaments right now. So I think he would also have this opportunity to win. So, but I would not predict him. But second is Lakshya Sen, and my last one is Victor Axelsen. I know he's in the fantastic form, but with my analytics right now, I feel Lee Zizia is the first, Lakshya Sen, and then Victor Axelsen. Anything can happen. Okay, rest everybody. I think somewhat they will play somewhere on their own capacity, but we sometimes you never know, right? So last year, if we would have predicted like this, Lokin Eve would never come to the final. So he was a unseeded player, and he just popped up from nowhere. So I wish Akshay is saying Victor or Lee. Lee Zizia. Okay, so Victor or Lee, that's a good one. Tilak is saying Ginting also may come up with a fine form. I think yes, because he has also not won any big tournaments except Indonesian Open. There are like almost 8 people, you know, who are vying for that. But my would be men's singles is Lee, Lakshya, and Victor. Sir LZZ, LZJ, and Lakshya are in the same quarter. One out of them can reach quarterfinals. I know, but that's just my prediction. We have Avicii Avicii Totriam Trimsa. Avicii. Hey Avicii, how are you doing? Kunlavut, Vitit Saran, Shiyuki are serious dark horse. I don't deny that. I really don't deny that. But I think some of the big matches they might not be able to crack. Yes, Shiyuchi is a very very experienced player, and he's back from a very big injury, I suppose. And you never know. They're dark horses. That's a very good statement what you have made. Okay, read my comment. WZY is Wang ZE. Oh, yeah. Very hard to remember. Do you know any heart specialist doctor? Because Dhruv Arjun gave me heart attack. That was a good one. I really like such comments. They were leading 15-6 in the third set, and then the Thai pair equalized 16-16. But finally, we won. Do you know any heart specialist doctor? I know a lot of heart specialists. I know a lot of heart specialists. Yeah. Good comment, Sarvesh. Yeah. And the sponsor of the tournament is Total Energies. Totally energetic. Okay. So these are my predictions in the World Championships. And you guys gave your predictions on World Championships. That was fantastic. Fantastico. Also, let's Google some few things. Now let's go to the same website. Let's go to the history too. Let's find out some history on World Championships. Okay, the format. No. Let's see some galleries on that. Let's go with news. Wake up call says Ginting. Yeah, he definitely got a wake up call on that. A shot at redemption. Fresh from Commonwealth Games success, Lakshya primed for Worlds. Shi Yuchi not nervous on return. Good statement. See, they're placing themselves being very confident while approaching to the games. A doctor in the house. Oh, you said heart specialist doctor, right? So there is a doctor. Gikel Delru lead European charge, the undiminished hunger of Zheng and Huang. Husarla withdraws from World Championship. Yeah. Tet makes her own way. HS Pranoy and the art of breathing right to stay calm. Absolutely. Breath is everything. Your consciousness, your focus, your concentration, your ability to think, your ability to make decisions, the right decisions comes only if your breath is at calm. Otherwise you will lose focus. We actually did a drill today in our academy where the long rallies not so fast, but you will have to and you were forced to get your breathing along with the rhythm. If you would lose the rhythm in that long rallies, you would start making mistakes. That was a great drill to do. Jason Tay carries Commonwealth Games from its worlds more into store promise and from Zaire's felt. Okay, that's the one. So my predictions on men's doubles, as I told you, my predictions would be those two Indonesians, young Indonesians. They are my most favorite. But we also have Chirag Shetty. You're a Shetty, right? So you will always say that, and I support that. So Chirag Shetty would be one of the favorite, but for me, I would say very hard. They will have to play extremely good. Yes, Sarvesh, you have a question? I've heard from shuttlers that in some tournaments there's slow shuttle and in some fast shuttle. What does this mean? Okay, so there are two ways to look at it. So there are different speeds. They have, I think, 76, 74, 75, 76, 77, and 78. I can only tell you what I know with my knowledge on that. So there are different altitudes. So they calculate something like above sea level and sea level. So if you're living in the sea level area, like for example, if you're living in Hawaii or if you're living in Chennai, if you're living in all the sea level areas, so the shuttle, the density of the hall and the humidity creates a different level of pressure, a different kind of a pressure into the hall. And then you might need the shuttle which has a flight of probably 74 or 75. But if you're living in a hill station, like probably Bangalore is kind of a hilly area because it is above sea level, and the higher the altitude, the I would say, sorry, the higher the altitude, the lower the shuttle speed. Sorry, I messed it up. The lower the altitude, the higher the speed. So I think for Bangalore it is somewhere around 76. I use 75 and 76, but 76 is a constant speed for Bangalore. So that's something, with shuttles being slow and fast. The second factor is in those bigger halls, bigger stadiums where these bigger tournaments are conducted, like World Championships, Olympics, and all. There is a rule where you will have to maintain the temperature of 26 to between 26 to 28. Why? Because players are from different parts of the world, higher, lower, medium altitude, and all sort of different places. So for them, that humidity has to be same. For them, that the environment, the temperature has to be absolutely same. Earlier, what used to happen, if you go and play in Indonesia, it used to be ridiculously hot. Playing Indonesian Open, Malaysian Open, I'm talking about 90s and 80s. Playing these kind of tournaments, Asian tournaments, for Europeans, it used to be a very painful, because here, when they're playing below certain altitude, you pant a lot, which means your lungs will inflate and you will have to, you'll have to take more oxygen, and your breathing pattern change. But when you go to Denmark, it's not that tough. So when cold country, cold region people come to, the lower altitude, they will have this problem, right? So for that, I think they made a rule, so that the hall should have the air coolers, which should be between 26, I think 26 to 28, if I'm not wrong. You can see that on BWF website, so that everybody has the same kind of climate. The third one, when I spoke about the air cooler, the air cooling effect in the whole arena, there will be blowers from different sides. So there will be something called air drift, where when you play in those air drift, you will have to be really smart, because you will have to understand which way the air drift would be. and based on that you'll have to select your shots. One thing I know that if you practice accuracy playing in the corners, if you are going and playing during playing these kind of tournaments, then hitting the shots accurately and trying to put those shots very close to the lines or in the corners will be very very risky. So these are the 3 to 4 common factors which they say slow shuttles and fast shuttles. So because of the temperature in different regions of the world and also because of the stadium structures too, absolutely, Tilak. PBL is making comeback in December. Yes, Premier Badminton League. It's kind of a festival and celebration, right? It's fantastic. And recently they did a Grand Prix Badminton League. It was wonderfully done. I think state level players had this exposure of playing in a league which is little popular, not only in the badminton fraternity, but also there were a lot of people from business background, from technology background, from media background, and from XYZ backgrounds who have come and made this league as a wonderful league. And these players got the exposure to play there. I think that was wonderful for all the players. Thanks for Level Up, Arvind Bhatt and Prashant Reddy to conduct this wonderful GBPL. But they shouldn't give broadcast rights to Star Sports. They ruin the entire viewing experience. Should either give to Sony or Sports 18. Kind of yes, but it depends, right? It depends on the business arrangements. It depends on who supports whom. And Star Sports has wider reach and wider connections than I would say Sony and Sports 18 in India. So sometimes you'll have to join the right hands if you're in the local arena. KGF Wolves are the inaugural champions and Mandya Bulls in the runner-up in the GBPL. Absolutely, congratulations for them. So let me see who has given likes. I wish Akshay, Hubam, Thoi Thoi Singh, Manisha Kurkure, Rajesh Reddy. Thank you for your likes. One of the proudest moment I'll tell you as a player is when you go and first time experience or maybe the first few matches experience any sport. When they call your name saying from India, that is one of the proudest moment for yourself, your family and your coaches in any sport. Very few people understand the depth and value of it. This is something money cannot buy. It has to be pure and pure hard work. Winning medal is absolutely impossible with money. It has to be blood, sweat and consistent persistence. So there is no shortcut for that. That's why sportsmen are um, brilliant people. I mean, their education through sports via sports is something which is unparalleled. Amit Gowda agrees for that 100%. Unparalleled, because every day they put themselves physically, psychologically, intelligently, intellectually, all sort of human connections or human abilities are there for a human being. They put everything into the sport. You will have to do it. And coming showing up on at least I'm talking about badminton court, coming up every day, learning those skills, putting yourself under pressure of your heart rate goes to x and y, different beats, and there you gain this experience of working hard. You have this sweet kind of muscle pain the next day and you grow out of it. You learn certain things like social engagement. You make friends out of this. Some of my best friends in my life are from badminton. So I found wonderful people around me. I found people who I can trust, sometimes more than my family. So these are the people we meet on our sporting grounds, and they become friends. So these are all wealth. This is actually wealth, and you are creating your wealth in your social environment, isn't it? Don't you agree for that? So sport is a very very integral part of growth, a human being's growth. Who, Sarvesh, who is, okay, let me stop this. Okay. Who is the upcoming shuttler you think will be the next badminton star, singles and doubles both? I'm talking about shuttler who is under 15 today. Oh, that's a fantastic question. You know, um, Sarvesh, there is a research about from BWF that 95% of the junior players will not become the senior world champions. There is a typical stage where you will have to, a coach has to plan how the junior will do a good transition to a senior level. So having considered that, this is something kind of a gambling, if I say. But yeah, so different, I would say different abilities. I would talk about new abilities, right? So there's one player from Gopichand Academy. Um, he's a left-handed player. I think he has wonderful future ahead because the way he sets up and his attack is beautiful, right? And that's something I'm very fascinated. So I would like to see whether the next 3 4 years would be good for him, and it all depends on the training format. Coach has to be really smart, not push them just because you have to work hard all the time. There's a concept of always working hard. No, the right things to do, right things at the right time is absolutely necessary. They are human beings. you know the growth spurt will be there are different times where you will have to rest. There is a periodization calendar where you have to train pre-season, post-season, during the competition period, how you will maintain the macro micro cycles. There are so many things which you'll have to take care. Choosing the right tournament, peaking up, your fitness levels has to peak up at the right time. If you notice this, Lindan and Lee Chong Wei used to always come to the finals and play their best badminton on those particular tournaments, like 3 4 tournaments in a year. All England World Championships, I think, Indonesian Open or Chinese Open. But rest of the others, they when they were playing, they were training. They were under the microcycles of periodization. So they need to follow that. I'm talking about the high performance side. You need to understand that. Anyone from PPBA? Right now, I haven't seen anyone from PPBA at that particular. From my eye, but there is an under 13, kind of an under 13 player in Karnataka. I would not name her, but I really love the way she plays. There is one quality which I see very similar when she plays, is like Lakshya Sen and Saina Nehwal. So both of them, when they play badminton, there is one key element, as per my thing, one key element which I think made them got them a huge success. That is giving the opponent such a choice that they have to take the risk of playing an extraordinary rally or extraordinary shot and making the opponent, which is Saina or Lakshya Sen, to take that game to a level which is unthinkable and unimaginable. That kind of pressure that under 13 player is right now has the ability to do on court. I would definitely not want to take that name, because again, it's just gambling, and sometimes this information goes to their ears. It might do some damage, right? So that particular quality I have seen in that one particular player, but it's a very very long road. The right tournaments has to be chosen, the right sponsors has to come, the coach has to be willing to adapt to new training methodologies. All these things matters a lot. Do Pulela Gopichand and Prakash Padukone come to PGBA and PBBA regularly, or they come once in a while? I have no clue. If they wouldn't have come, if they wouldn't have showed the interest, it wouldn't have grown to this scale. So I would say absolutely. I think business is like a greatest marriage. So you will have to be together. Just because they are the legends, they cannot rest like the way we think. So they will definitely work. Maybe not in front of people, but there is always something which is, to be worked behind the curtains. The directors, the producers, the music directors, they are a lot, they don't come in front of the movies, into the movies, but they are always working behind. So there are people who work behind like that. Okay. Hypo question: do you think if Malvika Bansod had trained at big academies like PGBA and PPBA, then she had become a better player? See, this is something very tricky to answer, because there is a lot of hawa mein baatein ki only if you go to big academies, then you'll become a big player. Was there Prakash Padukone Academy for Prakash Padukone to say that, if I go to a big academy, I'll win? Was there Pulela Gopichand Academy for Pulela Gopichand sir to say that I'm going for big academy? Is there a big academy for Carolina Marin? Right. So these are the questions which say, I think there are there are things which a player has to decide for his own. Being now recently, if you see, right, Shankar Muthuswamy, who became junior world champion, who is his coach? Arvind Samiappan. That's not a big academy like PGBA or PPBA. I have high regards for both the academies, but it's proved wrong, right? So he is junior world champion from a academy from Chennai. So it's a very tricky thing, right? So you get, maybe you might be getting certain exposure, but if you are not able to give that 100%, and if you don't have the hunger to achieve, then you have Lindan Lee Chongwei, Petergate, Taufik Hidayat sitting behind you as a coach. I don't think so anything will happen in your life. But no one is there behind you. But inside you have that burning desire, that fire in your belly, that I will become a champion no matter what. I will push each and every day. I will live my life in such a way that I will become champion. If that grit and determination is there in each and every breath you take, I think you have higher chances to become a champion. That's my say. That is a good question. So there was a wonderful interaction, right? So our predictions are very simple. Thank you all for giving that predictions. I think I can stay for another 2 more minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. Sir, today Aparna Popat did commentary in some of matches in World Championships. An Indian doing commentary with legendary Gillian Clark is awesome, isn't it? Right. So we need certain ex players to come and contribute in not only in coaching or not only in tournaments, but also getting into different areas of sport, right? So this is something which is really intriguing for me, that how much are we contributing from the technology side? How many players after retiring are getting into coding and learning the scientific side of the sport? How much of them are getting into marketing? How much of them are getting into educational side? How can we create a school which has more education on sport, more education on AI, artificial intelligence in sport? All these youngsters, if you're watching, who are less than 15-year old, I think you should plan maybe tomorrow to come up with a solution where people will look forward to get into sports, not only engineering and doctor and other stuffs, right? So such bold decisions we have to come forward with. Good, Sarvesh. You have been very, very active. I really appreciate and I respect what you're doing. Thank you so much. Okay, okay. So I'll take one last question, Sarvesh. I think it's from Sarvesh itself. I feel P. Kashyap and Shlok Ramachandran would become fantastic commentators. Both of them have amazing voice. Do you mean fantastic singers or just commentators? Both of them have amazing voice. Yes, people should come out. I think the more impact we have to do is on the school sides. We will have to impact as heroes. We will have to impact as icons, sporting icons. So then when we impact children who are, less than 10 and less than 12, um, I think that's the place where we actually inspire them to take up this route of sport. Not only in academies across the world, across our country. I'm talking about our country. Academies can make impact for people who have been exposed to badminton, or they have, come to the badminton court and then they take the journey. But I think it's only hardly 1% of the impact, not even 1%. But if we want to make a greater impact, we want to bring sport as one of the career options for children after 10th. So then the real impact would be all the big and popular names should come out and, spread the words to the ecosystem of schools, where they look that I want to become Saina, I want to become PV Sindhu, I want to become, Neeraj Chopra, I want to become Abhinav Bindra. So that is where the right place to work for, and that will happen only if we come out selflessly and do it. So, what do you think, Vinayaka PV? What do you think about a late starter achieving the next level of the sport in current scenario? It can be done. It definitely can be done. There are many examples like that. Recently, I was talking about Han Jian. He started playing badminton at a very, very late age, but he was world champion, I think, in less than 12 years. So what happens is, see, if you are younger, your recovery is much better and much faster. If you're a little older, your recovery is slow. I think that's the only difference I feel, um, maybe can happen. And there are other nature-wise things, right? If you have played different sport, still you know how to play a sport, then yes. If your fundamentals are good, like your motor skills, your coordinations, your timing, your judgment skills, if all these are fine, right, up to the age of 15, 16, if you would have acquired through different sport, then I think you can come to any sport and you can play. And for badminton, I think up to 35 you can play. That's not a problem. You need to make sure you know the right things to do at the right time. That's a good question, Vinayaka PV. Thank you. Sir, what's the best badminton match you have watched, maybe live or on TV? There are many matches. One match, I cannot say that. We have PV Sindhu's match, 2017 World Championships with Okuhara. That was big match, and I was very tensed on that. So my best match is the big clash between Lakshya Sen versus Lee Zizia in All England semifinals last year. Yes, that was good because we you know we secured a medal and we secured a hope that tomorrow we can see another champion after Pulela Gopichan sir. Right? That's a good one. To be honest, I really love this idea that I meet you guys virtually. I've never seen you, Sarvesh. I've never seen you, some of you here, but I really wish to come forward and talk to you guys and share so many things which you have. I'm looking forward to, make this one or two more shows, but it completely depends on time. But I'm going to do smart badminton analysis on Instagram videos as well as YouTube videos shortly. So, couple of things I'm finalizing on the digital marketing and the editing side. So once it is done, you will see me very, very often on Instagram and YouTube side. So I think we are on the end today. Let me see. I'll ask you one question, all of you. Okay. Okay, one question. I had written down my question somewhere here. Let me see that. But the problem is, you guys will Google it. That's the problem. That's great, sir, Vinayaka. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me ask you that question. Okay. So, who is the first Indian badminton player to represent men's singles in Olympics? Represent India in Olympics. Let me see who can answer that. And with that answer, we will end today's show, the 36th episode of Monday Nights with Mohit. And by the way, today one of a player, junior player, had called me today, and she gave good reviews about our show, and she said that she enjoys our show, and there is a good information coming out. I would definitely want to thank you all, guys. Because of you, I have been inspired to come back with lots and lots of interactive sessions. So without you guys, it's very difficult for me as a motivation to come and share these things. Let me see the answer. Who was the first Indian player to represent in Olympics men's singles event? Let me see who will answer that. Don't Google it. Okay. Shall I tell the answer? Can anyone attempt for that? Hmm. Okay. So, yeah. Sriram Pai, thank you for your like. And those who have been for the first time, please subscribe my YouTube channel. I need your support on that. And keep following me on other social channels like Facebook and Instagram for wonderful content. Vinayaka has said Gopi sir. No, it was 1992 Olympics. Vimal Kumar was the first person to represent India in Olympics. So there you go. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. And until the next Monday, keep enjoying your Syed Modi too. Yes, Ravi Bhatt sir. Yes, along with Syed Modi. So until next Sunday, until next Monday, enjoy the World Championship tournaments, matches. So thank you all for coming here, and let's have a wonderful week ahead. So fast August, right? I remember the first episode in Jan when I started. I'd been in Punjab for a tournament, Panchkula for a tournament, and there I had to do an Instagram session, the first session. So I was so happy to do that. And from there we have come a very long way. Episode number 36. That's not easy. That's because of your motivation. And let's keep this show going on. It's not only my show, it's our show, it's your show. Please get more people so that we can spread the word of sport, the energy of sport. Until then, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week ahead. See you soon on the next Monday, which is the September. No, it's still August. Thank you so much for coming. Wonderful week ahead.